Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. And today we're looking at the fight versus Daniel Dubois, Ebenezer Tetteh of Ghana. Okay, so this fight was for the British heavyweight Commonwealth title. Or sorry, should I say the vacant Commonwealth title. Okay, this took place at the impressive Royal Albert Hall. And Daniel Dubois, the Londoner, had previously stopped 11 of his 12 previous opponents. Okay, so at the beginning of the fight, Tetteh didn't make eye contact with Daniel Dubois. He looked at the ground. It was not the most auspicious of starts. And as soon as the fight began, it was clear that Daniel Dubois was there not to mess about with the Ghanaian. Okay, so at the start of the fight, Daniel Dubois started out with using his ramrod jab. It's clear that he's been studying the likes of Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, and he's really making good use of that long arm. Opening up with jabs, backing up Tetteh, peppering him with the jab. And before long, Daniel Dubois would start to open up with hooks, not just to the head, but to the body, working that body upstairs, downstairs. That's the name of the game. No headhunting. Looking to sink in shots, both upstairs and downstairs. No messing around. And with those jabs, with the hooks, it was very clear, very soon, that Tetteh was gonna be taking shots, shipping shots, upstairs, downstairs. It wasn't long before he being Daniel Dubois, came up with a wicked combination of hooks, barrage of hooks, body and head, and Dubois would fall for the first time. And then up he gets immediately. Clearly wasn't schooled to stay down for a bit. Sprang up to his feet immediately. Referee assessed him, said, yeah, we're good to continue. Got up straight to his feet and walked into another barrage. Interestingly enough, Tetteh showed a nice jab of his own, but that wouldn't help. With a minute to go, or 55 seconds, the fight was waved off from the second time. Daniel Dynamite Dubois dropped Ebenezer Tetteh of Ghana. And once again, he jumped straight back up on wobbly legs, and no, he was clearly not fit to continue. He wanted to continue, pushed the referee away after the referee waved it off. The referee didn't take much offense to it, and just held him, walked him back to his corner. It's over. And oops, there we see Daniel Dynamite Dubois pick up the vacant Commonwealth title. And I think that's his 13th fight. Yeah, I think this is his 13th fight. Unlucky for some. It was unlucky for Ebenezer Tetteh. Yeah, most unfortunate for Tetteh, but Daniel Dubois wasn't there to waste time or mess around. It was a brutal, brutal set of barrages of hooks that dropped him to the floor, the canvas for the first and second time. Daniel Dubois clearly not messing around. Not messing around at all. Very serious opponent, competitor. And there we see Frank Warren, very proud of his charge even before the fight. And there we see Redbeard. Redbeard. This is Daniel Dubois' chief trainer out of the Peacock Gym, much renowned Peacock Gym. There's the t-shirt. Dan, I think his name's Bowers. Is that Bowers? Is that Bowers? No relation to Dane Bowers. I don't believe. But yeah, Daniel Dubois not messing around. Tetteh taller than his alleged 6'3", more like 6'4". If Dubois is 6'5", I think. Is he 6'5"? I think he's 6'5". Tetteh gotta be 6'4". There we see him looking down, not wanting to make eye contact. And yeah, that was a bad omen for sure. As was the fact that his cornermen forgot to give him his gum shield. Yeah. Maybe he wasn't the only one who's a bit apprehensive, but let's not pretend that's never happened before. Let's not pretend that's never happened before. Daniel Dubois, a man on a mission. And yeah, just showing that he can even land with his eyes closed, no messing around. So what next for Daniel Dynamite Dubois? Well, he's come out. Have I got the article? Do I have the article? I have the article. Luckily, I was looking at this earlier. Fortunately, I left it up there so we can have a quick look at this to top this thing off. It's 2-in-1. 2-in-1. You get value for money over here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Where else do you get this kind of value for money? Tetteh. Okay, so what next for Daniel Dynamite Dubois? I never really liked the dynamite in the middle. I just thought leave it as Daniel Dubois, but now I'm kinda... This dynamite thing's grown on me. I said leave it as Double D, but now the Treble D, the way this man is conducting himself, young man is conducting himself in the ring, it's got a ring to it. Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Okay, so looking at the future for Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Put some respect on his name. Looking at the future for him. He says he wants, well, let's not spoil it. Let's not spoil it. Let's get into it. Let's top this thing off with a cherry on top. Okay, so Daniel Dubois has admitted to TalkSport. Admitted? What do you mean admitted? Was he in interrogation? Was he in interrogation? Was he in a cell? Was he in a police station? I don't think so. Admitted. Daniel Dubois has stated to TalkSports.com that he's interested in a potential fight with the likes of Joyce. And get this, I've been talking about it for a while now. Get this, Joyce and Otto Wallin in the very near future. The exciting 22-year-old heavyweight prospect recently defeated Nathan Gorman. This was before the Tetteh fight, the Ebenezer Tetteh. So we can add to that list not just Nathan Gorman, but Ebenezer Tetteh of Ghana. Yeah, he got the British heavyweight title for beating Nathan Gorman and the vacant Commonwealth heavyweight title for beating Ebenezer Tetteh of Ghana. Okay, so Commonwealth title. Yeah, Commonwealth. He's just got that now. Okay, so his seemingly inevitable next step would be to challenge for the European crown, which is currently vacant. Damn, a lot of vacant belts hanging around. With the fellow Brit Joyce waiting to see who the EBU will order him to face for the European crown. Regarding whether he'd happily accept this position, Dubois said, "Whoever comes first, I'll deal with them." Damn. Bear in mind that this guy was a chief sparring partner of what's his name? Chisora. Derek Chisora. Bear in mind that Daniel Dubois was a chief sparring partner of Derek Chisora at the age of, get this, at the age of 16. One of Derek Chisora's chief sparring partners dropped out, and Daniel Dubois ended up being his chief sparring partner. Believe it or not, at the age of 16. That is utter madness. I only recently found that out. That little tidbit of information. Did you know that? I didn't know that, and found out a few days ago by randomly reading an article. Madness. Pure madness. Okay. So yeah, I'll be happy to fight. Whoever comes first, I'll deal with them. Joe, if that's the next challenge, then I want it. The young star is adamant he wants to win every belt on his way to the world title. You see, that's what I like about Daniel Dubois. He doesn't want to skip rungs on the ladder. He wants to climb that ladder one step at a time and take every belt that's in his path. It's like Pac-Man. Not Pac-Man the boxer, I mean Pac-Man the game. Remember that? Some of you little whipper-stappers probably don't even know what the Pac-Man game was. It was a game where you had this little, well, it was like a head, and you'd go along this path, corners, twists, and bends, and you'd eat up the name of the game was to eat up everything in sight, and that's what Daniel Dubois reminds me of. He just wants to collect everything in his path. He doesn't want to skip around this and dodge around here and try and leapfrog around here. No. He wants to eat up every title in his path. Collect every belt, and that's the proper way to do it. No hopscotching. No hopscotch. Hopscotch? What's hopscotch? Yeah, that game. It's no hopscotch. Just eat up every belt in his path. He said, "I want to be the best and go down as a legend of the sport. So whoever I have to beat, I've got to beat." Damn, what a mindset. Love it. Gotta love it. There we see Joyce. One of his potential is a stablemate, and but a potential foe. That's after he beat Jennings in a slightly controversial bout. I didn't see it as controversial. I saw it as a fair and a straight win. Although Jennings did come to spoil Joyce's party. Promoter, or Daniel Dubois' promoter, Frank Warren, was quick to second Daniel in welcoming a potential fight with Joyce, who he also promotes. If they nominate that, we'll go for that, Warren insisted. I understand where Joyce is coming from. He feels he's been fighting for many, many more years. He was 31 when he turned pro. Silver medalist at the Olympic Games, and he's looking to exploit the position that he's got, being the mandatory for Manuel Char's WBA version of the title. I get that, I understand that, but Daniel's not going to shy away from anything. If he gets nominated for the European, then that's the direction we're going in. Damn! Frank Warren is not trying to avoid nothing with this guy. Not trying to avoid nothing